Hello Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Stressed Out 72 here. All right, I've made a few changes I'd like to talk to you about, and I'll go over those here pretty quick. And then I also am ready to do our first little test burn, so stay tuned for that. Okay, so in front of you is our refractory, which is a 1-to-1 mix of vermiculite and 80-pound concrete. Okay, 1-to-1. Actually, it's a 1-to-1-to-1. 1 part concrete, 1 part vermiculite, 1 part water. Okay. So it had a core inside there. We burnt it all out, and then we are left with our refractory. Okay. I made a rolling base, which is a 1/16 plate, 2x2 square, and then the wheels are 200-pound load a piece. I've also welded some strap material to just kind of hold it in place for when you wheel it around. If you wheel it or ever wheel it around into a new shop, which I will do eventually. I actually have taken some bolts, turned them upside down with a large fender washer. I welded the bolt to this 1/4-inch plate, okay? And then the washer, see if I can get a closer view, and sorry for the shakiness again. Okay, see the washer? It leans up against the lip of the barrel, and then you just kind of snug it down. It doesn't have to be totally tight. I have high temperature silicone. This is a 600 degree silicone. And then also on a lot of the other parts, I have a black silicone, and that is for 1,020 degrees. Okay, so just for precautions, I put it on pretty much every joint going up here. I also did it to my old exhaust going out there, and it worked really good for this guy, because right up here it's still about 300 degrees. Okay, I got my damper in here. You see that? Okay, I got my damper 2-inch ball valve on the top here. Now this part right here you don't have to do. I'm just doing it for test purposes. I got my union here, so I can take that off, unscrew it here, and this whole unit will wheel up out of here. I also put a 2-inch pipe here with a 2-inch plug, and that way I can take this plug out and then look down in the dead center and make sure that the 8-inch inner pipe is okay. If I ever needed to change it, well, this is a good place to check. Okay, so it's just for safety. So want to do that. I got my spot here, and sorry for the light, it's for something I'm going to do here pretty quick. You can see that I've cut out the barrel around where I put my piece of glass in there, okay, which is a 1800 degree high temperature, high silica grade glass, and that's exactly where the burn chamber is going to be, okay, so I can watch the flame. All right. I've also welded a plate on the front of this. I welded it directly to the bottom of the rolling platform. By the way, this is 2 foot by 4 foot. Okay, and then I welded it right there and right there to those pieces of rebar that were sticking out. I cut them flush, and you can kind of see there's a couple there. I cut them flush. All right. I also put the black high temp silicone around there, and then the clear silicone around that. I've also siliconed around the whole base of this thing, around my barrel. Okay. And then made a little door for this guy for right now. He's just a quick little door I'm going to use here. May or may not use it. Also, the stainless steel, see, I don't know if you can see it down there. Okay, the stainless steel plate that was going to sit right on that lip and that lip, I took and I stuck it down there in the bottom because it actually fit really good, and I made a change and made a grate to sit here, and I'll show you that here pretty quick. It was just going to take me a lot longer to drill a bunch of holes through that stainless steel plate, because it's like what, 3/16 or sorry, 1/4 inch. Okay, so it's a pretty heavy plate. So the reason why I put it down here in my ash pan, okay, is because this is mild steel, and mild steel tends to disintegrate pretty quick because of heating and cooling and all that. So the ash is going to drop down and land on my stainless steel now, okay, instead of the mild steel. I've also made a little door here. It's a 1/4 inch plate with just some quick angle iron and then a conduit holder, and that just slides in there. Okay, and I actually will just push it up tight up against the stainless steel plate while it's running. Take it out, use a vacuum, suck all that out. I also made a little rake so I can get to that. Okay, here's a cool thing. So, I've made a grate. I was actually looking on YouTube. Zero Fossil Fuel, okay? I think that's his username on YouTube. He has a couple different type of grates, not like these ones, but it shows, you know, this is 308 stainless welding rod, 1/8 inch, and then in between each one is 3/16 spacing. Okay, same for this one. This is 14 inches long. This one ends up being 7.5 inches long. And then that space right there, okay, it's about 1/2 inch between those two rods. That is where the lip of this will sit down on top of there. And then this bigger one, and sorry for the shakiness again, I'm just gonna kind of hold it here. This one sits like about that. So that's what the angle looks like. So the pellets will come literally hit up against this one and land onto that smaller one, okay, and then right in front of it's gonna burn, all right? This lip right here, I've also cut a bunch of 1/4 inch lines in here too for air. This lip sits literally right in that slot. So what I'm gonna do is stick it in here. So we take this guy, okay, we go down here, okay, so that's where that one sits. Okay, this other one is going to be more of a pain to get in, and I might have to set my phone down, so sorry for that. This one sits right up against that lip right there, okay, and then the big square tube, the 6-inch square tube, will go up behind it and hold it in place. So let me do that. I'll put that in there, and then I'll show you what I mean. So stay tuned. Okay, so I've put my feed pipe in, and you can see right in front, okay, there is the longer 14-inch grate. It also acts as a little bit more air going through there. There's the cutouts, and then you can kind of see it. So that front stainless rod goes across there, so it goes between those two, okay, and then you can see it sits on that lip. I'm sorry for the lighting once again. And then down here, so here is the grate right here. It sits in front of it. So you'll be able to see it here when we light this thing up a little bit better. I don't know if we can get a shot from underneath. Let's try that. So there's the grate, okay, up underneath there. Okay, everything will land on my stainless. All right. And then that's it. So now all I got to do is put my glass on here. I can even light it. Probably going to light it right there. I'll just put the pellets in there and light it, and we'll see what happens. I'm going to go ahead and drop some pellets in, and stay tuned. Okay, I dropped a little bit of pellets in there. A couple of them went through into the ash pan already, and that's kind of typical. And you can see it, they're held back there. Okay, so I'm only gonna do a little bit here. That's probably like 2 16-ounce cups, and that's a huge amount of pellets already in there, and it's not even full up. So I'm gonna go ahead and light this, and let's see what happens. Stay tuned. Okay, sorry it took a couple seconds for it to light, but you can see it's just drawing already. Okay, see it drawing? Okay, it's just barely lit. I don't even know if it'll burn all those pellets. But I'm gonna go ahead and close my glass window. Okay, see, you can look right down in there. Like I said, this is a 6 by 8 inch piece. I'll get the exact name for you. This costs 21 bucks, okay? Be careful with it. All right, look at that. Excellent draw. I only have my ball valve open. I haven't even opened the damper yet, and it's drawing like that. I'm gonna open the damper. Let's see what it does. Close the other one. A little bit of a change. So until it gets going really good, I think I'm gonna leave this 2-inch ball valve open and leave the damper open. Okay? It's starting to get that rocket sound. Okay? I'm gonna pull back this light real quick, and I'm gonna put in my other little door here. Look at that. Isn't that ridiculous? It's beautiful, people. Beautiful. All right. Well, there it is. The super rockety rocket stove. So now all I got to do is get another barrel, and then I will actually make a stand for it, and that'll be in the next video. So stay tuned.